Glorified toaster.
Is that it all set up? Hello! Hello, how goes it? I'm recording on my normal sort of my laptop that I normally stream and sort of day gaming videos on because I can't be arsed to set my camera up, and also it's night time now and it does really shit in low light. I mean, if you can see on my glasses there, I've got my LED ring. You can just see on the wee reflection, I've got my LED ring there to try and give this shitty webcam a bit of light to it. Anyway, the Earthrise Ultra Magnus. Yeah. We never had a decent Ultra Magnus, G1 Ultra Magnus for a good wee while. I mean, the first decent one I know of, mainline anyway, was Combiner Wars. And that's a fantastic Ultra Magnus. I can see it right up there on my Magnus display. Yeah, then you had obviously Masterpiece, which is a bit out of some people's price range. It's quite pricey. Then came along Siege Ultra Magnus, and I've got him here. And he is lovely. He's absolutely fantastic. It's the first one, not that blind box, bloody, the one with all the black paint on it and stuff, the black tarnish, which is just that figure but slightly different. That's the better one of the two, in my opinion. Yeah, so when that came along, I was like, oh my god, I've got to get my hands on him. And oh god, it was such a ball ache to look for me. It was sold out nigh on straight away. And it was years. I'd given up looking for him and given up hope that I was going to get him. And then where did I get him? Was it Bargain Max had him for like 40 quid, and I just ordered and way got him. I'm so happy. Anyway, we watched the TV show, and if you've not seen the Siege War for Cybertron or War of Cybertron, whatever it is, the Netflix show, if you've not seen the first series, I'll no spoil what happens to Ultra Magnus, but I wasn't really in high hopes for an Earthrise, an Earth Vehicle Mode Ultra Magnus. But lo and behold, they've just or recently announced one, and the photos are coming fast and thick of the sort of images, the promo images and stuff. And it's a bit divisive book for me because it's pretty much just the bloody same figure, but they've like done the bare minimum to make the alt mode look G1ish. Now I'll show what I mean here. I've got some images. I'm trying to do it all fancy like. Let's see. So there's what he looks like G1esque. We all know the G1 Magnus. Yeah, here we go. This is the alt mode, and it is pretty much the exact same as Siege. I mean, obviously there's going to be engineering difference and stuff at the front, but it pretty much looks the same. It looks really. I don't know if you can see my cursor. If you can't see my cursor, I'll move off just in case you can. Yeah, it looks really empty. It looks like it might be able to hold a vehicle, like a car in it. Not too sure. But that cab mode is absolutely distraught and awful. The back end, where you can see with the two smokestacks in the middle of the top, it's just weird. But basically, what it looks like they've taken the Siege Ultra Magnus and just crammed a G1 looking front on it, and that's it. That's all they've done. And it looks awful in my opinion. Yeah, let's see what else have we got. Pardon me. So there's a better look at the cab itself, although the white's, for some reason, I don't know if it's going to come up on the video, but the white behind it's really blown out, so you can hardly see anything. Sorry if you can't see details. Check online for photos. But if you can see it, look at the back of there. It's just a mess. The whole Earth vehicle thing, means they're meant to look like Earth vehicles. So it's just all smooth panels, and there's no Cybertronian writing, and there's no like battle lines and panel lines that don't make sense for a normal vehicle. But that just literally, the front's not quite nice. It looks very much Earthrise Prime, the same kind of thing. But the back with the arms and the legs, it's just awful. Looks god awful. There's a picture of him. I'll make that slightly bigger. Hello, I'll make it slightly bigger. There we are. There's a picture of him in his robot mode. Looks awesome. I mean, it's very much G1 Ultra Magnus. The head, it's hard to see. The head sculpt looks like it might have bigger eyes. It's really hard to tell for here. Same gun, same paint. They've slightly cleaned up the front, it looks like. Hang on, Yeah, they've slightly cleaned up his chest piece and then just got rid of the what do they call it? Like the battle damage, that silver paint they stuck on the siege stuff that was absolutely god awful. But other than that, all the panel lines and stuff look the same. Slight minor, I'm looking at them by the way. Slight minor moulding details are different, I think, but mainly they've just cleaned up the chest piece and maybe his shoulders and stuff. So yeah, but the eyes definitely look bigger on Earth Magnus. But like I said, it's hard to see. So also his blue looks a bit more like G1 Magnus bluey. What else have we got? Oh, there's a better look at his cab mode. Now this is quite famous because it's mistransformations. The back end there, the bit at the back that's sticking out his bum, that's meant to be pushed up. So he's not got junk in the trunk like that. It's just mistransformed, which is weird. You think people would? I mean, I don't know if maybe the people that do the promotional material aren't really like experts on the toys themselves. So because you get quite a few of these mistakes. But yeah, I mean, he looks like he's a bit a fat bod, but he's no. I mean, whatever, that's fine. It does the job. It just pretty much looks the same as the first version. And there's a better look at him. See, you can't really see his face. I can't zoom in any further. Now, yeah, hang on. No, I was going to say the missiles look different, but they don't. I mean, they look maybe the red bit at the front's slightly moulded different, but I had seen a comment on one of the forums saying, "Oh, thank God they've changed these missiles so they look more G1." Unless they're just talking about the shape of the red ends, I don't know. But yeah, and again, there's a mistransformation there, I think, because his little crotch piece isn't turned round for when he was like little Ultra Magnus or whatever, White Prime or whatever you want to call it. There's another shot of the tiny robot mode, although nobody's ever in the right mind going to use that for anything. Ultra Magnus is not. Oh, this is. I mocked this up earlier to show some guys on one of the chats. The bottom picture is the promotional shot for the Earthrise Ultra Magnus, and the top version is the Siege one, where I've just copy pasted the front of the cartoon cab onto it, and it pretty much looks the exact same. It's weird. If anything, my cartoon post looks better. I need to make that smaller because it's on me. So there's what I was talking about. That front bit that's off that original G1 picture that I showed you when it first came up. And there you go. That's the photos we've had so far. What do you think? Yes, if you're looking for even more G1 than this lad is. I mean, he's as G1 as you need. Like, can I get him? He's as G1 as you need. Alright, people did complain at the time about his eyes not being big enough. But, Christ, considering the sparsity of Ultra Magni G1 looking ones, I was quite happy with that. So I think it's going to be a case of, obviously if you're an Ultra Magnus fan like Borders dude who's Ultra Magnus daft, it's a no-brainer, you're going to go for it. If you've got the Earthrise, one of the Earthrise versions, if you've got the original Earthrise, Siege, if you've got the original Siege version, I think you might want to. Depends what kind of collector you are, but personally, I don't think I'll need it. If you've got the blind box set thing that had the sort of darker painted Ultra Magnus mould in it, maybe you want to pick it up so you've got like a bit more of a G1 coloured guy. But if they spit this guy out for 50 quid or 45 quid or whatever, I don't think I can justify spending another 50 quid on what is essentially the same bot. I mean, I know the alt mode on the Siege lad is like the IDW look. I've never read the comics, so I don't know. But it should be all the way one or the other, not just like trying to patch some G1 on top of what's already there. It looks horrible. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when we see it in hand and you start seeing reviews, it'll look a lot better. But judging for the promotional shots, I'm happy with what I've got. But saying that, it's still a fantastic looking Ultra Magnus. If I never had the Siege guy, I'd be all in on this lad, definitely. Such a fantastic figure. Yeah, so what are your thoughts? Just more of the same, or do the slight changes to the more G1 and Earth vehicle aesthetic? You know, is it doing it for you? Aye. I mean that looks fine, but I don't know. You've obviously not got a decent look, but it looks very hollow and empty on the inside. It doesn't look very substantial, and I know that a lot of the bits go in there when you transform them. But that cab just looks awful. That back end of that cab looks awful. Yeah, I'm not very happy with that at all. I don't know. I mean, am I being too critical? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's gorgeous. That's as close to masterpiece as you're gonna get. I can't even see them. I mean, other than just making a smaller masterpiece, that's pretty much. If you've not got a masterpiece Ultra Magnus, then that's your guy. Like, I think. So, aye. Yes. No. It's a win-win situation. If you've already got the Siege Lad, you've won. If you've no and you get your hands on this, you've won. And even if you've got all of them, you've won, because you've obviously got money to fucking waste. So yeah, there you go. I mean, Huffer looks amazing. I will definitely be getting Huffer. I'm not really in the Kingdom stuff. I'm calling this Earthrise. It's Kingdom, isn't it? The Kingdom stuff, I'm not keen on, because I do like Beast Wars and like the guy like robots that turn into rats and spiders. That's no, and I've tried getting at the cartoon or the animation. Can't do it. So there's a lot of stuff that I can quite happily pass on there. But this, yeah, like I say, it's a win-win. There you go. What do you think? Let me know down below, and please like, comment, and subscribe for more of my crap content. I promise I'm going to always be doing this with this shitty camera and stuff. It's just I couldn't be setting up my camera on its stand, and like I said, the lighting levels. If they're no like, if I've not got the curtains opened and the light up there on and that light there, it doesn't pick up the video well enough. Yeah, there you go. I'll see you again soon. Hey.